Hello, my Gemini friends. Welcome to your general reading here on Daily Divine Guidance. This is for Gemini's sun, moon, or rising signs. My friends, I ask that you please read the disclaimer in the description box below, as well as the prayer we would say during the readings. I now say them before the reading. Okay, Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. Let's get a projection of energies over the next 4 weeks. What's going on? What do you need to know about? Remember that time is fluid and everyone is on a different timeline, so you may see some reminders from the past or some things that have already happened, as well as some energies projecting well beyond 28 days, okay? We're going to pull 8 tarot cards. Of course, we have our clarifier deck over here, but first let's get a message from the universe for you. What does the universe want you to know? What does your divine higher power want you to know? Let's go with this one. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. Meditation is key here, my Gemini friends. That's beautiful. I apologize in advance as well. I am getting over a cold, so I might cough or sneeze during the reading. Gemini, we are at the tail end of Mercury retrograde. Excuse me. See, there we go. Your ruling planet. So if you've been feeling a little wonky, Mercury retrograde affects everyone, but it's kind of a little more harsh on a Gemini because it is your ruling planet. So just know we're almost done with it, you guys. It ends on the 8th of March. So just the end of this week. Shadow period, I think, lasts a week and a half, and then we're good to go. So, excuse me, Gemini. All right, projection of energies over the next 4 weeks for Gemini, sun, moon, or rising signs. What does Gemini need to know at this time? What do they need to be aware of? General energies. Let's get 4 cards, please. Okay. 4 cards, please. One more. Thank you. Okay, my friends. Some transitioning going on here. Okay, this is really cool. Gemini, don't be afraid of the death card, first of all, okay? You have the 3 of Wands, the Death card, which is Scorpio's card, the 10 of Wands, and Judgment here. So you have fire, water, and air. Let's talk about this, Gemini. So what I'm seeing here is that I feel like for a lot of you, things haven't been working in a certain area of your life. Like you're just not feeling like, things, you need to change. You need to change. There's got to be some sort of shift. Something's got to happen, okay? And you know that in order to make that change, to make that shift, that you have to end some things. You have to come to a conclusion, whether it's in a relationship or a job or a situation or even just moving out of a house. There's an ending that needs to happen in order for this transition, this shift for you. And it's going to be hard. It's not going to be super easy, but you want this, you really want this. And when you work through this, you're going to find that you come out on the other side. Exactly what you wanted is exactly what you're going to get, okay? So let me explain how I see this. The 3 of Wands here is all about progress and expansion and being able to kind of see and watching your ships in the water, watching them come in, right? Waiting for that. And what this is like, it's saying like you see that there's something, I want to say better. I'm sorry, Gemini, but I want to say you feel like there's something better. Whether, again, if that's a person or a situation, I don't know, it's going to resonate differently for everyone, but there's something better and you know it and you can see it. You can see it. Your third eye is like very activated. You are just very aware that something has to end. And that's what brings us to the death card. The death is all about endings. Okay, death is about change and transformation and transitioning. Okay, so what death is showing us, excuse me, is that as you start to realize and start to really see, okay, change has got to come in order for me to have what I see in my future. You're going to make the choice and make those endings and start shifting into a different, like a different space, a different existence, a different way of living, however it resonates for you. Okay. The 10 of Wands here is where we see that it's going to be hard work, right? The 10 of Wands is a successful energy to me because it does have completion to it, but it can be a little overbearing at times. It can be a struggle. The 10 of Wands is about hard work and extra responsibility. But again, there is completion here with this 10 of Wands. You do get the job done. This transition does happen. And it happens. I feel like the work that you're putting into this is like, it's something you're going to be very proud of. Okay. I feel like some of you may be even switching careers, or I don't know. There's something going on here though, where I just can't get over it. You see what you want. You know change has to come. You're going to work hard through the change. And then you have judgment. It's like you go from fire to air. You go from all this passionate energy, and it's emotional. It's an emotional time. You keep that passion alive, the wands here, the fire. And then you come right into your energy with judgment. And judgment is the card that says rebirth has happened. Okay. You can see here that the angel is blowing its little horn, and I don't want to say trumpet because that's not a trumpet, and the people are like, yes, we're here, we're listening, like we've been reborn, we are, we're aware and we are alive, kind of thing. The judgment card here to me is definitely saying that you will have not only success in this transition and whatever it is that you're working on, but you're going to feel, I almost feel like you're going to feel, or you're going to understand more of what your purpose is for some of you. I just get this sense of like purpose being understood. Maybe some of you have just been kind of coasting a little bit, but I just get this sense that through this transition, you're seeing a future that you want, and you have to change your patterns, you have to change your ways or your tribe or whatever, and you want this so much, you work so hard for it. I feel like some of you are really getting a sense of purpose, or your purpose is becoming more clear. Okay, there's definitely something here where you seek out, you have an ending and rebirth. You are literally the phoenix, burned down to ashes and rising stronger, better, newer out of those ashes. Okay, absolutely beautiful, Gemini. Really, seriously, a transition is it isn't always difficult, but it can be difficult. This does look like it might get a little hard. Remember to call on the divine, right? Meditation. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. That's all about meditation, being close to the divine. Especially, we should be close to the divine all the time, but a lot of us tend to do it during the hard times. But just make sure you are calling on and relying on the divine, okay? Sorry, I thought I heard something outside, but nope. Gemini, I think I'm going crazy sometimes. My Mercury is placed in Gemini, so I'm definitely feeling this retrograde. Ugh. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get 4 more cards for you, okay? Pull that out. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. I really do feel... 2. 2 more, please. So far we have the Page of Swords and the 9 of Wands. Go ahead and move that down for you. Lots of air and fire energy. There is a little bit of emotional attachment here with that Scorpio card. And you could have an influential Scorpio in your life. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. You may have prominent Scorpio in your chart. It may have nothing to do with a Scorpio at all, okay? But that is Scorpio's card there. Let's get 2 more cards, please, for Gemini. 1. 1 more, please. Just one. There it is. Okay. Okay. We're going to get some clarifiers here because we have a couple of cards that I'm seeing are more of kind of reminders, but I want to make sure they're reminders and not things that you need to be like aware of looking out for over the next 4 weeks and beyond. You have the Page of Swords, the 9 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, and the 6 of Cups, okay? What I'm seeing here is that as you have kind of like discovered that there's more that you want, that there needs to be this transition, Page of Swords, that is your energy as well. It's air energy, right? This is the page that has like seeks knowledge. Like they do everything and anything that they can to learn whatever it is that they need to learn about whatever they're trying to learn about. So some of you, like I said, could be switching careers or going back to school, doing some sort of job training, something like that with that Page of Swords card. It's also about like having new ideas. So I feel like as you come through this transition, you're going to kind of come into a headspace. I feel like things are just going to become clearer. Like I said about the whole purpose, you know, it's just, there's a clarity that comes through for you, okay? And a desire to elevate. It's what I'm hearing here. There's a desire for my Gemini friends who are resonating to elevate. And I don't mean be better than anyone else, but just to kind of elevate yourself spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. You know, there's this desire to have more, like I said. You have the 9 of Wands here and the 8 of Swords. And I want to talk about these together because them coming out together kind of makes me wonder or think, you know, that it might get like, especially coming in under the 10 of Wands, this could be what the difficulty is that you're going to face. This need for boundaries and the whole kind of like there's going to be a need for boundaries here, most definitely. The 9 of Wands definitely talks about boundaries and courage. And the 8 of Swords is like having negative thoughts. So I think that what some of you are having to conquer here is setting boundaries with people, and being worried that if you set those boundaries, that they're either going to think poorly of you, or they're going to be like mad at you, or they're going to walk away from you, that sort of thing. But remember, my friends, that if you need to set boundaries, and you're feeling this way, that you have to do what's best for your life, okay? You have to put in that work, right? To have that rebirth, to have whatever it is that you see happening in your future. Now, some of you may be having a difficult time with negative thoughts in yourself. And what I'm saying is that some of you may feel unworthy or like, well, yeah, we'll just say unworthy. Like some of us, when we transition, we aren't sure that we're worthy of the transition. And just remember that you are. And I see this, and again, this is courage with the 9 of Wands, okay? And then those negative thoughts that, what is it called? Imposter syndrome type of mentality. You got to work through it, and you're going to work through it with the 10 of Wands here. You're going to work through it. I'm going to get a clarifier for the 2 of these together, okay? Just to make sure we're on the right track. So again, it could be about boundaries for some of you, and it could be about that whole, am I worthy of this transition? Like, is it really worth the work? Am I worth this? You know, a self-worthiness kind of feeling. Let's get a clarifier, please, for the 9 of Wands and the 8 of Swords, please. 9 of Wands, 8 of Swords. We got a couple here. Yeah. Oh, we've got a few. We're going to go with these 2 because they were the 2 that popped out. You have the Hierophant and the Queen of Wands. Okay. The Hierophant is Virgo's card. So same thing as Virgo. You may have an influential as Scorpio. You may have an influential, oh my goodness, influential Virgo. You may have Virgo in your chart. You may be dealing with a Virgo. It may have nothing to do with a Virgo at all. And then you have the Queen of Wands here. No, that is not the Hermit, my friends. I am so sorry. I apologize. You probably caught it before I did. This is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is Taurus's card. So this is, forget the Virgo part. It's Taurus, okay? It may have something to do with the Taurus. It may not. Taurus is the energy, or is the astrology sign right before you. So you might even find some, if you go and watch Taurus's reading, that might resonate as well, because I am seeing over the last couple of weeks that the astrological signs are kind of flowing into the next sign, their energies. It's been very kind of fun to watch. A lot of the similar cards and things are coming through in all of the signs. So, but here what we have is the Hierophant and the Queen of Wands. The Hierophant is a very spiritually connected and very, it's a religious card, right? The Hierophant is the priest. And this card, it doesn't mean you have to be religious or anything like that, but it's about that spiritual connection, okay? And it's about the traditions that you have for yourself. I feel like what, again, is happening here is that you're moving into a different space, a different kind of energy in life, a different plane, if you will. And you might find that some people are falling away, because the Queen of Wands is very, again, courageous. I mean, we have courage on top of courage here. Very confident. She is very independent, but she's also a social butterfly, okay? She's very, very, and she's also incredibly determined. So we're seeing that this may be a whole, like, tribal shift for you, if you will. And really quickly, I do want to say, because we didn't talk about the 6 of Cups yet, I do want to say that I believe that as you make this transition and shift, however it looks for you, you come out of this feeling very, very centered, okay? The 6 of Cups to me is the card that says balance between the past self and present self, or the inner child and the adult self, those kind of things. 6 of Cups is looking back on the past with joy and feeling harmonious about it, and understanding what was given to you in the past as lessons rather than burdens. So I do feel that as you make this transition, Gemini, you're going to feel really good about it, and you're going to have a lot of understanding. My friends, I hope that this resonated well with you. If it did, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Helps us get the message out to more of our Gemini friends. I'll be back next week with your love reading, so stay tuned for that. Until then, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye.